welcome to the From Trauma to Triumph online summit. I'm so excited to be here today with Miss Cheryl Howard. I just want to give a huge thank you to Miss Cheryl for allowing me to share who I am, what I do, who I serve, and just we can kind of connect just a little bit here in this online space. So I am your girl, Ms. Robin Wiggins, your worthy and wealth empowerment partner, the productivity champion, specializing in personal and professional development for leadership, time management, productivity, and life empowerment. Listen here, every time I get on a video, I always say there's no bloopers. This is real life, people. Let me tell you, you too can do this. So let me just get into my story, who I am, and how I got started. Oh my God, do you hear the thunder that's going on out here? Today, it's one of those days. So first of all, again, I am Ms. Robin Wiggins, and I serve professional women. Notably single women, single moms, stay-at-home moms. Some stay-at-home moms do work in a profession. They may just be home right now, but I specialize in serving professional women. And why I serve specifically professional women is because we as leaders find ourselves having to just be strong in areas where others may crack, and we're still having to move forward, move on, and to do the things that we need to do on an everyday basis, either for our children, our spouses, ourselves, our job, and everyone else but us. And so I decided to, specifically get into that space because it is literally who I am. It's where I've been for the past 22 years. And it's a space where I know that somewhere it's in that gray area where people miss. We're missed in this area, and I want to make sure that us as professional women in leadership, we don't get missed just by doing the small things that we have on an everyday basis. And so I got into this story. Let me just give you just a little bit about my background. I am a nurse. I've been a nurse for 22 years. Obviously, I've been in leadership for 15 years, event planning for over 10 years now. And I've always had a lot going on. I have two children, a boy and a girl, one who's grown. He's 21. Oh, I'm so excited about that. And the other is 12. She'll be 13 this year, but she's going through that 12-year-old, 13-year-old teenage, I'm about to choke you up type of years. So my story is bananas. And so going through my journey, my career path, I've done well. I've done well for myself, and I give myself kudos for doing so well, in my career, especially since I'm an LPN and not an RN. But I've gotten myself to the point where most LPNs don't see, and I've gotten myself to a point where most RNs won't understand. How can an LPN get this far? How can a nurse like her get to where she's gotten to? And so throughout these years, I was married, for about 8 years, in my 20s. I was married and divorced before I was even 30, go figure. In my 10-year stretch between 28 and 38, I've been through a lot of things that we go through as women that people don't speak of: domestic violence, just things that we go through, men cheating, men lying, career, jump from here, jump from there, just things happening as time has gone on. And so what I wanted to share with you today, as I said in the other day, if you saw my video, that I want to share with you what has transcribed with me in the past 3 months. And so we can rewind just a little bit. I would say my last relationship was extremely just not for me. My last relationship, he was abusive. He was just talking down to me. I wasn't enough, all of the above. And I found myself in a broken spot, in a broken place. And so in that brokenness, I found a direct sales company that's all about happiness, that's all about cheeriness, that's all about, uplifting women in such a great way, right? And so I joined this direct sales company and I was excited about it. I got to the point where I loved telling my story because there were so many women that were just like me. And so I found myself on the right track. I found myself on this coaching, speaking, consulting arena where I'm just absolutely loving it. If you see me on Facebook Live, you see I love to empower people, motivate people, do the things that I really need to do for myself and my future and everything we have going on like that, right? And so I said, now is a good time for me to actually step out, do what I need to do. Now is the time for me to say, I can do this as a business owner. And so, I went through this transition. I was saving up money. I moved to a new place and I got a new car and, I got a new job. When I say I got a new job, like I got a job that I didn't have the credentials for, but I was experienced for, and they took a chance on me. So at this moment, now it's about October of last year, 2016. It's about October of last year. I feel like I'm on top of the world. Christmas is here. I got things for my kids that I just, at one point that I would never think to, get my kids. I was able to spend the money that I wanted to get them what I wanted. And I was able to actually do something for myself. Like when I say I was on top of the world, I felt like nothing can stop me. In January, I did a summit where Miss Cheryl Howard was a part of my online summit. And I mean, people, just the pour in of the love that was going on was just absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. And that was January of this year, 2017. By March of this year, so in February, my job said, your position is no longer available. I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know where I was going to go. And I said, okay, what should I do now? Out of the blue, another position came. I thought I was fine. Cool. Then my son quit his job. Now, mind you, I just said we moved into a new place where all of the money, that we had besides savings was going into the new place. This was something bigger for myself and my children. I'm a single mom. We needed 3 bedrooms, right? And so he quit his job out of the blue. Really? Okay. But we're fine. We're making it. So, by the beginning of March, things start to get a little tight, but it's still okay. You get what I'm saying? It's still okay. By March 13th of this year, I found myself homeless. My children pretty much taken away from me. Now, even though my son is 21, I always say, no matter how old your children become, how old they get, if they are taken away from you involuntarily, it's not fair. It's not fair. So my son is having to move to another state. My daughter and I, we find ourselves sleeping on a couch in someone else's house. Because what? So I have people looking at me like, you just brought a brand new car and you got put out of your house. Now, mind you, it may be something really small. How many people in this world have lost their homes? How many people have lost their homes to a fire, water, disaster, Katrina? But let me tell you something. When you're a single mom, and you have been hustling and bustling and doing the things that you need to do for yourself and your children, never letting a moment just go away, you'll find yourself. You will find yourself just giving up. And at that moment, when I saw the note on the door, I was fine. You know how many times I done it? I got the money. I can do this, whatever. I let it go. And then something said 2 days later, Robin, look at the letter. You never know. Look at the letter. And I looked at the letter and I saw how much I owed. And I said, I just can't anymore. And now, mind you, I had been through so much between those 10 years of heartache, physical abuse, domestic violence, sexual abuse, losing my job, changing of careers, changing jobs, going from building to building, I felt like I had given my all to my ex, and come to find out it still wasn't enough, and I was drained. I was broken. I was down. I was out. And when I got that letter on my door, I felt like I couldn't fight anymore. I couldn't fight anymore. I had nothing left. At the beginning of the year, I made all these declarations. I made all of these affirmations for myself, saying that I can do it. I'm worthy. I can do it. Nothing can stop me. But what do you have? What do you get? Social media has a way of making people seem as if everything is peaches and cream, like you a 6-figure earner, 7-figure earner, you riding in nice cars. Let me tell you something. I brought a nice car, yet I'm still homeless to this day. To this day. I'm doing this video inside the library, the public library, still in my uniform because most of my clothes is in storage. Most of my clothes is in storage. The only thing I kept out was uniforms. Was I supposed to go buy something? I'm trying to save money so that my daughter and I could have our own place. We're sleeping. I'm sleeping on a twin-size bed from a home where a friend of mine just so happened to say, okay. Because my family said no. I was shocked. My family said no. Everybody in my family said no. You can't stay here. My friends said no. I don't have it. What am I supposed to do? I mean, I can't help you. My daughter's father did all he could, but he's married. He can't have his baby mom staying in the house with him. You know what I'm saying? That's just not right. But he did all he could. What am I supposed to do? So I want you to take my trauma and my triumph. My triumph is that in these past few months, March, April, May, is June now. In the past 3 months, I've gone from down, depressed, not quite depressed, but stressed, to a turnaround for me believing that I finally got a clean slate. That's how I look at it. Right now, I'm at a point where I have a clean slate. I may be $10,000 more in debt right now, but I have a clean slate. So how has this affected me is one of the questions. How has this affected me mentally and emotionally? I felt like I gave up on myself. I felt like I gave up on my children. I felt like I gave up on the family that could help me, that did help me all those years in the times where I needed them, and now they just couldn't. I felt like it was all over. I felt like I put a business plan and a business venture out there and I let so many people down. I felt like, nothing. What am I supposed to do now? How am I supposed to show up in a luxury car knowing that I'm homeless and still speak to people in an empowering way to tell them that they can do it? How am I supposed to do that? And the Lord say, that is your story. That is your testimony. That is your triumph. Your triumph is you can still find a way to make a way. You can still come to the library. You can still get on this video regardless of what you're wearing. You can still empower others to have them believe that it's when you master the breaking point. I was listening to a video that says when you master your breaking point in your life, when you begin to master the breaking point in your life, you will know then that nothing can truly stop you. So if you want some real life strategies, let me give you some real life strategies, some things that you can do. Number one, recognize the point that breaks for you. Because being homeless, being down, not having the money that I need for my children, not having food in the house when I need it, when your health goes and you don't know what to do, when you lose your job and you don't know what else to do, but you out there, you empowering people and you're serving people in the way you know is best for them, best for you. You're walking in your purpose and you're pursuing your passion. You have to find what that breaking point is in your life, because it's not the last thing. Because once you begin to walk in your purpose, once you realize that triumph in your life, the enemy is going to take a back door and try you again. Because he's saying, dang, that didn't work. I took everything from her. Let me tell y'all something. Everything is gone. Everything is gone. I have 3 bags of clothes. 3 bags of clothes left. Everything is gone. Every dish, every bed, couch, every picture that's on the wall, everything's gone. My storage has my desk. My storage has my daughter's bike. My storage has some books and all my books and all my books and all my books. But everything is gone. So the enemy is like, God dang, I took everything from her. And she's still speaking to people. She's still telling people they can do it. She still feel like she can do it. He's going to try to backdoor you. The enemy is going to try to make you feel like you have to isolate yourself because no one else understands what you're going through. You're going to hear the snickering of people. People snickering behind your back saying she shouldn't have bought that car. She wouldn't have been homeless. And let me tell you something. I had to buy the car. Because the car I had, I owed about $2,000 on it. That was due at the end of that month. So I took that car, since I didn't have any payments or anything on it, and I traded it in for something I really wanted. I looked online and I said, Lord, if I'm going to go down this lane again, I'm going to get what I want. And the car I have was the car that was on my vision board in 2013, 3 years prior. Can you imagine? Putting together a vision board, 3 years later, it coming to fruition. But you're going to hear people talking. You're going to hear people saying, oh, he had a good job. Now he out here working 2 and 3 jobs. You're going to hear the talk. You're going to see your friends wondering, why are you going down this road again? You don't need to be doing this. You don't need to do that. Let me tell you something. In my time of quiet, because I shut down. Let me tell you something. I shut down. I shut down off of social media. I shut down off away from my friends, isolated myself the way the enemy wanted me to. In that isolation, I said, no, I'm not going to sit here stagnant. I'm going to pick up a book. And that's what I did. I picked up a book and I read. I picked up another book and I read. I picked up another book and I took notes. I did the things that I needed to do to pick myself back up. And in that down moment, I realized my triumph is right in front of my face. My triumph is right here in front of my face. In the midst of homelessness, there is light. In the midst of homelessness, there is someone out there who needs your testimony. There's someone out there who needs your story. There's someone out there who needs your strength. What little I have left, I was willing to give away. And in the giving, I received more than I could possibly understand. Because now blessings come flowing. Just because I, per se, don't have a home that I've literally signed for and leased for, I now have a place I can call home. So where is your struggle? Figure out what your breaking point is. Figure out, how do I feel in these moments? What is that feeling? Once you recognize that feeling, how can you overcome? Recognize each moment you've overcome, because the next time something happens, you're going to snap back and say, no, this is what the Lord has given me to overcome this situation. I will not worry. I will not stress. I will not fear. Lord told us 365 times. 365 times in the Bible, the Lord told us not to fear, not to worry. That's one for every day. So every day of your life, at any time you have struggle, stress, or any fear, any worry, anything that coming in your life, he got 365 times. And he done told you, pick one. And on that day, say it to yourself. What is that feeling that gets you down? What is that feeling that make you feel like, no, the enemy working? No, he ain't working. The enemy's struggling. He's not working. He's struggling. Because you're up, you're working, you're doing the things that you need to do. You're walking in your purpose. You're being walking in your passion. You're being purposeful. You're doing the things that you need to do for you, for yourself, for your family, for your future, for those dreams that you have. What is the thing what is those things? What is that thing? Don't isolate yourself. Surround yourself by people who understand where you're going. And you know what I learned? I didn't tell my story to everyone. Not this time. Not this time. Because I guess I had to save it for now. I didn't tell everybody what was going on with me. I told the 1 or 2 or 3 people that needed to know, and I left it alone. I went to work every single day with a smile on my face. I came back on my lunch break live. If you follow me on Facebook at Robin Wiggins, I'm on lunch break live every single day. I got back on with a smile on my face. I get on here with joy in my heart because I understand where I'm going. Listen, from trauma to triumph, you may be feeling it. It's just a test. Everything has its season. Every season come to an end. We can't have summer all year long. We can't. We cannot have summer all year long. We can't have winter all year long. The seasons change. Your life may change. It's up to you to decide, is this what I'm feeling right now? What is that? Let me do something about it. Let me pray about it if that's what you need to do. Let me meditate on it if that's what you need to do. Let me walk it out if that's what you need to do. But I will say this. What you do in these next few months will determine your next few years. I refuse to waste another 365 days on nothingness and allowing the enemy to stop me from my purpose. Today is the day. Now is the time. My trauma may be that I've given up on myself. My trauma may be that I'm homeless. But my triumph is that I know there's someone who is listening to this story who needs just the word. Just the word. And that word is master that breaking point. Master your feelings. Master your everyday. And believe in your heart Believe within everything that you have. 365 days. The Lord told us not to fear, not to worry, not to be hasty. Follow him. Follow in his steps. Do what you need to do for you and your family. If you feel it is something that is, beneficial to you in your life and your business, you follow that. That's what you do. These are real life strategies. Me taking the time to read and figure out, who am I? Figure out, who are you? Because you are made for greatness. You are made with the power that's already in you. That passion that's stirring within you. When you can't forget it. Even in your down moments, when you can't forget that person that you've helped. Those thank yous. I received 25 or more inboxes asking me, girl, where are you? Because I need a word from you. Don't ever think you're the only one going through it. Because you're not. And I guarantee you, you're going through is just that. Through. We're not staying there. We're going to pass by it. We're going to pass by it. Your triumph is at the end. Your triumph is near. And for some of y'all, your triumph is here and now, today, in this moment. Your triumph is now. It's up to you to take hold, take grasp, and do what you have to do to get it. And that's my story. And I'm sticking to it. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Believe me when I say, I am as powerful as I am made to be. And I will never forget that. I will never forget that. And you are as well. Listen, if you are a woman in leadership and you desire to go to that next step, if you are a woman in leadership who needs help teaching and training your members to step up, if you are a woman who is in a profession and you aspire to be in leadership, allow me to help you. Allow me to help you past this breaking point. Allow me to help empower you so that you can strategically find your strengths and take the opportunities as they come and walk toward them in any aspect of your life. I am your girl, Ms. Robin Wiggins, your worthy of wealth empowerment partner, personal and professional development advisor, specializing in life empowerment, leadership, productivity, time management. I'm so excited again, Cheryl. Thank you so much for inviting me here. And I want you to connect with me. Go to robinwiggins.com. robinwiggins.com. Join my free 7-day challenge in productivity so that we can break past these chains, break past this breaking point, and get to what's out there for us. Get to our triumph. Celebrate our triumph. Allow me to help you celebrate your triumph together. And so that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much. Again, connect with me at www.robinwiggins.com. You can connect with me on Facebook at Robin Wiggins. You can connect with me on Twitter at Ms. Robin Wiggins. Connect with me on Instagram at Ms. Robin Wiggins. If you really want to see me, connect with me on LinkedIn, because that's where I spend most of my time. On LinkedIn, Robin Wiggins. It's me, your girl. And you want to know the cherry on the top? Guess what? I am one of the newest Forbes Coaches Council members. Listen, your triumph is here and it is waiting for you. Even Forbes saw something great in me in my down moment. And I'm so excited to be here to share it with you. So holla at your girl. robinwiggins.com. I'm going to see y'all when I see y'all, and I believe in you. And let me tell you, I am as powerful as I know I am to be, and nothing will stop me. All right, peace.